Hey, and welcome to Homeschool-ology. Today's video is going to be me sharing our adventures in Colorado from our summer vacation. If you want to see like a full recap of everything we did on our vacation, I have a video linked here. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4 middle schooler all the way down to a preschooler, and on this channel we share all things secular homeschooling, motherhood, and during these summer months we're sharing about our family vacation or our family travels. So if that sounds interesting to you, I hope you will head down and hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up, and we will move on into today's video. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing our Colorado portion of our trip. We went to Denver, we went to Breckenridge, we made a little day trip through Aspen, and we went to Leadville. So I'm going to be sharing with you what we did in each city out there and our adventures. So I forgot when I was recording the intro, but the first stop was actually Bishop's Castle. If you don't know, this is a castle built by one man only, finding resources on like the side of the road and iron, and he made this really beautiful castle that you're technically trespassing when you go check it out, but it is totally worth checking out. So our first stop was Denver. We actually have driven through Denver a bunch of times, but we've only stayed here once, and we kind of stayed on the outskirts. We did go to the to a museum in Denver. That was several years ago, but we loved it at the time. But this was the first time we'd actually like gone to downtown Denver. We actually stayed in downtown Denver, and it was really great. We've been to places like New York and Philadelphia, and so my kids have experienced kind of those big cities, and so they were really excited. They like the big city atmosphere, and so we had a really great time. There was a Puerto Rican food, or like just a Puerto Rican festival there, so we got snow cones and we're on the lawn of the Capitol building and things like that. Why we went to Denver, well, the main reason we went to Denver was to see family that happened to get a business trip while we were there, and we missed them. But the other reason was because we went to Molly Brown's house. This year we're doing a Titanic unit study. I do have a video here if you'd like to see more about that. But we are learning about the Titanic, and so this was a great way to introduce that subject. So we went to Molly Brown's house. I had never done that before. I didn't even know it was there until our family told us about it, and it was so much fun. Our kids love doing old house tours anyways, and so this was really cool because it was Molly Brown's, and there's lots of like artifacts that she brought back from her travels around the world, and there was of course tons of Titanic memorabilia and things like that, and we just had a really great time. It was a really great museum. They've done it really well. So if you are ever in that area, I highly suggest heading there and checking it out. We really enjoyed it. So we left Denver and we headed over to Breckenridge. My son's name is Brecken. He is sort of named after Breckenridge. And it's just a beautiful town in Colorado. If you have never been there, you really must check it out. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a very popular ski destination. Driving to Breckenridge, we did drive through the Rocky Mountains, but I'm going to share that in a separate video because it needs a video all to its own. We had a really great time. I forgot to mention, we did make a stop at the Stanley because the Stanley is in Estes Park, and that's where you enter the Rocky Mountain National Park to drive through it. And so we did make a stop there and take a picture in front of the Stanley because we've been doing that for years. So we, like to show the progression of our adding to our family and the kids getting bigger and all those fun things. And they built a maze a couple of years ago. So if you don't know anything about the Stanley is where Stephen King stayed and got the idea for The Shining. It's not, the actual movie The Shining was not filmed there. It was filmed at a hotel in Washington. I think, I don't hold me to that. I don't remember exactly where. Sorry, camera stopped recording. But anyways, if you love history, if you love ghost stories, if you just love hotels set in beautiful scenery, head out to the Stanley. It is so worth it. And then, like I said, the access to Rocky Mountain National Park is right there, and you can go in and see that amazing national park. We stop at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park pretty much every time we drive out west, and so we did stop on this day. And fair warning, the following video was filmed by children, so it is a little shaky.
There's mud. Yeah, there's mud. Just don't step in the mud. Are we all going different ways? Oh, okay. Then I'm going back this way.
But then we ended up in Breckenridge, and we just kind of moseyed around the town, and we did some hiking. There was still snow, not hiking, but like we did some like trail adventuring. There was still tons of snow, so we got to play in the snow.
Good job, Brand. You went in your butt. I don't. it? How does it taste? It's good. Aspen. Aspen. Oh! Aspen. Oh, don't fall! Don't fall! Daddy, can you move off of the ledge there so she doesn't keep going over? Jay, show them our snowman. Now he's an alien snowman.
Can I take it? No! Yeah. Can I take his head and his body and use him as snowman?
Ready? That's a big snowball, kid. What are you gonna do with it? Ew. Oh, I see dirt in it. What's the best thing we've done on our trip?
Here.
Here.
No,
What did we see? Can you say a helicopter?
no, here.
It went that way.
Yes, right here.
Call the helicopter. Say helicopter. Call it.
I did it.
It went that way. Can you call him and tell him to come back? Call him. Call him. Say helicopter, come back. Yes. It flew into the trees. Can you please say helicopter? Say it. Call him. Say helicopter.
Now it's a fight.
Yeah. You got me this flower? Thank you. It's beautiful.
And we just had a really great time there. It was, of course, beautiful as always. We kind of hit it a little early in the summer season, so a lot of things weren't open yet. So that was a little disappointing, but that was on our part kind of scheduling issue. But most of the restaurants and shops were open, and we just kind of moseyed down the beautiful main street that is there. And we normally get to play in the little creek bed that is there. Like, it's normally low enough and slow enough that you can kind of play in it a little bit. But this year, because of all the late season snow that they had, the rivers everywhere, the rivers were just super high and full and moving at lightning speed, so it was very dangerous to be doing that. So, but you will see some pictures of the river where we went down to the edge and saw it. But yeah, it was definitely not the year. It was so much water everywhere. In fact, Yellowstone, when we were out there, Yellowstone flooded and had roads wash away and a whole house wash away. And if you saw any of that, we were actually supposed to go to Yellowstone, and at the last minute changed our minds, and it would have happened when we were supposed to be there. So we are grateful that we missed that, and grateful that Yellowstone is being repaired. There was damage, but repairable damage for the most part. So so we just kind of hung out when we were in Breckenridge, and we had a really nice time. And then we ended up in Leadville, and the whole reason we went to Leadville was because there is a train that you can ride that goes actually through the mountains. Like, it's built on the mountains, not in the valley near the mountains, like in the mountain. And so we did this. That was why we went to Leadville. But crazy enough, what we didn't know is when we were at Molly Brown's house in Denver, we were talking to one of the tour guides, and she's like, yeah, her husband made all of their money in a gold mine, from a gold mine in Leadville. And we were like, no way, we're going there. So that was a really neat connection, and we did go see a mine, not their mine, but a mine from the most prominent couple from Leadville. And so we saw that mine.
You do? Okay, you're shaking it a little too hard. What you're trying to do is just get the water out.
I think I found some.
And keep all the sediment down on the bottom. You see shiny stuff? Oh, I see. Let's try again. Whoa, uh-oh. Oh, that's cool. She said she has little jars for you if you want to keep anything. Thank you. Say thank you. Did you find some? Did you find a piece, bud? Okay, put it in your jar.
If you want to keep it.
What'd you find? Pick it out. That's cool. Oh, what'd you find, Jay? That's a cool rock.
There's a big chunk.
Oh, that's cool. You can put it in the jar. What's this? Jay, look at this piece.
I like the silver. I like this one.
Brenda, you want this one? I think it looks like berry.
Can I have that one? This one.
Stuck? Okay, we're good. Good job, buddy. What do you find, Aspen? It's in there. Let me see, bud. Oh, that's so cool, buddy. You want mommy to come here, you said?
I have that and this.
Cool, bug. Whoa, that's a lot of water. Whoa, that's a big piece.
shit!
Whoa. Oops-a-daisies.
And there was an amazing mining museum there. They had things like from all over the world, like all different kinds of rocks and minerals and things that have been mined from the earth. Then they had mining exhibits to show like how things were mined and how things are mined today. They had a whole like house set up that showed you all the things that are in our everyday, you know, things like toothpaste and things like that come from things that are mined. There was an exhibit on women in mining. It was just a really amazing museum, very well done, tucked away in this little sleepy town, and so we really enjoyed that. We had a great time doing that.
Just a minute, you'll have your turn. Oh, that's too much.
So this is not enough, so like, this is 4 75. So that's the closest we're gonna get. So grab that cords. Let's do big. Just get this tight. I'm gonna put 4 bags to start with. 4 bags is not enough. 5 bags. I go 6 bags. I go 7 bags. 8 bags.
Not enough.
They don't have enough bags. 8 bags and the cords.
There you go.
Too much.
Smaller piece.
7 bags and the cords. 8 bags and the cords. Yeah, let's complete it. Okay.
Alright, let the little ones have a turn.
Okay. Take that.
Breaking.
I'm gonna hold this while you put the cords. So put the cords in. Put the cord on. No, how about this one? How about this one? Okay, let's put it in the middle. And now, put it back, put at least one. How about you put 2 bags on this side, okay? 1, 2. Too much? Okay, take 1 bag. It needs like 1.5 bags. So they do know 1.5.
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh?
And then of course we got to go on this train ride, which I was so looking forward to because this is something I had never done in all my years. I've been traveling out west my entire life, and I had never done this, and so it was super fun. They had like enclosed trains and open air trains, like all on one thing. You could pick where you sat, and then you just went on this train ride, and it went like in the mountain, like in it. So the story is there was 2 competing train companies, and one train company bought the rights to the whole valley, so this other train company couldn't get through this valley because the other train had the rights to it. So instead of just not going that direction, they decided to build their train tracks on the mountain because they didn't buy the rights to that, so they built their train on the mountain, which was way more expensive, and that company actually ended up going bankrupt, not solely for that adventure but for many reasons. But that train is still up there and it's still operating, and it was so amazing. The views were gorgeous. The history behind the train was super fun and interesting, and I learned so many things that I didn't know. My kids learned a ton. We got to see all kinds of different things about how trains work and different parts of, you know, a track that a train needs, and like water towers and things like that. And it was just very well done, and totally 100% worth it. So we had a great time on this train ride, which was the purpose of why we went to Leadville. up loving Leadville. We stayed in a tiny house, which was small space for 6 people. We made it work, but the kids loved it. They didn't even want to go anywhere when we were in Leadville because they just wanted to be in the tiny house. So we ended up getting food and taking it back there to eat it there because they just wanted to be in the tiny house. They loved it so much. And we just love Colorado. We've been going to Colorado for years, and we always have a wonderful time there. The weather is normally always beautiful at that time of year. We normally go either in June or July. Sometimes it can get a little hot in July. We stayed inside the Stanley one year, and it was like they were having a heat wave, like record temperatures. And if you don't know, the Stanley has no air conditioner because it's a very old hotel, and so we were very hot. But it was still a lot of fun. Stopped for the day in Aspen. My youngest daughter's name is Aspen, named mostly after the aspen tree, but she, you know, the town is there, and so we told her it was her town. She thought that was great. And we just had lunch there. It was a nice lunch. We had a great time. Very beautiful city, very expensive city. So if you're going with a large family, it might not be the best choice for you, but it was gorgeous. And that was the first time we'd actually gone like into the town. Like, we've driven like through the highway before, but we've never gone into the town. So that was a good time. We had a lot of fun there. So the next video that I share will be us doing Rocky Mountain National Park. And our adventure that day, we just drive through it. Like, you leave Estes Park and you drive through it, and you end up on the other side of the mountains, and that takes you to Breckenridge, and of course lots of other places, but that's how we get to Breckenridge when we go out there. And so I will be sharing that video next, and then after that video, after Leadville, we moved on to Utah, to Moab in Utah, and so that will be the video after that where I'll be sharing those adventures with you guys. So thank you for listening to me chat about what we did. I hope it gave you guys some good ideas. Do that road trip with your kids. Just do it. I promise the long days and the hard days in the car are so worth it. Get out and explore this country. There is so much that it has to offer. Things that you would never know existed unless you get in the car and you do it. Don't worry about those kids. They will survive. Be prepared. I have lots of videos that I've shared, like travel binders and surprise bags and things that we do to make the car rides more enjoyable and less stressful. And just take the trip. Trust me, it is so worth it. You will thank me later. Take the trip. So that is all I have for you guys today. If you want to keep up to date with like what we're doing as a family, with our family adventures, with our homeschooling, don't forget to head on over to Instagram and follow us at Homeschool-ology. There I try to share as much as I can with you guys. I'm trying to get better at it. About what we do in our everyday lives. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you will come back and chat with me again soon. Don't forget, for the next, I think it's like I have like 8 weeks of videos, 6 to 8 weeks of videos. For those few weeks, it's going to be Mondays I'm going to be talking about family travel, and Wednesdays I'm going to be talking about homeschool, with a few exceptions. I think I have collab one week where I have to switch it, but and then yeah, that is what we have going on. So I hope you will come back and chat with me again soon, and I will talk to you later. Bye.